Paulina, is that... What are you doing there like that? Sorry it took this long.
Who was that?
It's just that
Who was it?
No, don't worry. It wasn't anything serious. Just that the car, luckily a man stopped, had a flat tire. Poor little love. What's got in the morning?
We can chill it. As long as we have something to celebrate, that is. We do have something to celebrate, don't we, Gerardo?
That depends on you. You know what this is? This is a son of a bitch that gave me a fight. You know what any normal man does when he gets a fight? Goes to the trunk and gets out the spare. The spare doesn't fight too, that is. His wife had to remember to fix a spare, right?
His wife? Always gotta be the wife who has to fix everything, huh?
Really not in the mood for arguing, but
I'm supposed to take care of the house, and you're supposed to take care of the
afterward,
car, at least.
Afterward, you complain.
I never complain.
This is a ridiculous discussion. What are we fighting about?
We're not fighting. You simply accused me of not fixing your spare.
My spare?
And I said quite reasonably
Hold
that
it right there. Let's clear this thing up here now. That you didn't fix a spare, our spare. That's open to discussion. But there's another little matter. The jack.
What jack?
Right. What jack? You know, to jack the car.
You need a jack to hold up the car.
Now, what the hell did you do with the jack?
I loaned it to Mother.
You gave it to your mother.
Loaned it? Yes.
And may I ask why?
You may. Because she needed it.
Honey, you said we can't do this sort of thing.
Mother was driving down south for the weekend and needed it. While you...
Well, I can go fuck myself.
No.
Yes. I get a telegram to leave for the city immediately to see the president in what is the most important meeting of my entire life, and this son of a bitch nail is lying for me in wait. Fortunately, not on the way there. That is, I was on the road without a spare, without a jack.
I knew someone who would help you. Was she pretty at least? Sexy?
I already said it was a man.
You said nothing of the sort.
Why do you always assume that there's a woman?
Why? I just can't imagine why. Nice? The man who?
Great guy. Luckily for me that he stopped.
Well, you see, I don't know how you do it, but you always manage to fix everything for yourself. While Mother, you can bet that if she ended up on the side of the road, she would have attracted the craziest sort of...
You can't imagine how ecstatic it makes me to think of your mother traveling down south, free of all worries, while I had to stand there for hours.
No exaggerating now.
45 minutes. Exactly 45. Cars began to pass by as if it didn't exist. You know what I began to do? In a way, my arms like a windmill to see if that way we forgot what solidarity is in this country. Luckily for me, this man, Roberto Miranda, I invited him over for a drink. How's Sunday?
Sunday's fine.
Since we're going back Monday, at least I am, I thought you might want to join me, shorten these holidays.
So the president named you.
He named me.
The peak of your career, huh?
Wouldn't exactly call it the peak. I am the youngest of those he named, right?
Right. When you're named Minister of Justice in a few years' time, that'll be the peak, huh?
Certainly doesn't depend on me.
And that's what you told him?
Who?
Your good Samaritan.
You mean Roberto Miranda? I hardly know the man. Besides, I haven't decided yet if I should.
You've decided.
Told him that I felt extremely honored, but that I needed...
You said that? You said that to the president.
To the president, that I needed time to think it over.
I don't know what there is to think over. This is what you've been working towards all these years. Why pretend that?
Just first you have to say yes.
Well then, yes.
It's not the yes I need.
That's the only yes I've got.
I've heard others. If I would accept, I must know that I can count on you. That you don't feel as if you were to have a relapse, you could leave me...
Vulnerable? Yes, I could leave you vulnerable. Stripped. You'd have to take care of me all over again.
That's unfair. Are you criticizing me because I take care of you?
No. That's what you told the president? That your wife might have issues with?
He doesn't know. Nobody knows.
There are people who know.
I'm not talking about those kinds of people. Nobody in the new government knows. I'm talking about the fact that since we never denounced the things that
Only the most serious cases?
Paulina, I'm sorry, what do you...
That commission of yours. It only investigates the cases that end in death, correct?
It's appointed to investigate human rights violations that ended in death or presumption of death, yes.
Only the most serious cases?
The idea is that bringing their light on the most heinous crimes, other abuses will come to light.
Only the most serious?
Let's say cases, that are beyond repair.
Beyond repair, huh? Irreparable!
I don't like talking
Well, I don't like talking about it either!
We'll have to, won't we? I'm going to spend the next several months listening to eyewitnesses, survivors, relatives, and every time I come back home, and you won't want me to keep all that to myself. And if you knew how much I love you, how much it still hurts.
Yes. Yes, yes! Is that the yes you wanted?
That's the yes I wanted.
Find out everything, Gerardo. Find out everything.
Everything. Everything we can. We'll go as far as where
Allowed.
limited. Let's say we're limited, but there's so much we can do. We'll publish our conclusions. There'll be an official report so that what happened will be established objectively, so that no one will ever be able to deny it. So that country will never again live through the excesses that...
And then? You hear the statements of the relatives. You denounce the crimes. What happens to the criminals?
The courts receive a copy of the evidence. From there, they proceed to...
And what? What about the courts? Those judges? Those inept judges. Those are the same judges who never stepped in once in 17 years of a dictatorship. Who never granted one habeas corpus ever. Judge Peralta, who told that poor woman who had come to report that her husband had gone missing, that he had probably just grown tired of her and run off with some other woman. A judge, you said? A judge.
Paulina!
A judge.
Paulina! That's enough. And what would have happened if you found yourself on that road? Cars passing by, lights screaming like a train, nobody stopping. You think what could have happened to you if you found yourself
Someone would have stopped. Probably that same Miranda, wasn't it?
Probably. Not everyone's a son of a bitch.
No, not everybody.
I invited him over for a drink. How's Sunday?
Sunday's fine. Gerardo, I heard someone outside, and when I looked, it wasn't you.
But there was no danger.
No. Gerardo, you've already accepted. You already told the president you accepted, didn't you? The truth, Gerardo. Or are you going to start your work on the commission with a lie?
I didn't want to hurt you.
You already told the president you accepted. Before asking me, didn't you?
Yes, I told the president I would accept. Yes, before asking you. I'm coming. Oh God, it's you. You scared the shit out of me.
I'm really sorry for this intrusion. It's just I thought we'd still be able to celebrate it.
You must excuse my... Dude, come in. Just that we haven't gotten used to it.
Used to it?
To democracy. That someone knocks on your door at midnight and it's a friend and not...
Not one of these bastards.
And my wife, she's been a bit nervous. You'll understand. You have to forgive her if she doesn't. Can we keep our voices down a little?
Oh, of course. I'm sorry. It's my fault.
Please
I
sit
just...
down.
that I'd stop by for a short visit. All right, but for just a minute, no more. You must be asking yourself why this... I was driving back to my beach house.
Excuse me, can I offer you a drink? On Sunday, you had one of my wife's famous margaritas, but I do possess some cognac from the duty-free that
Oh, thank you. A teensy weensy bit. So I was listening to the radio in my car, and all of a sudden it hit me. I heard your name on the news. The list of names the president's chosen for his investigative commission. Thank you. And they say Gerardo Escobar. Now, I say to myself, that sounds familiar, but where? Who? And it kept going round and round in my head, and when I reached the beach house, I remembered who it was. I also remembered we left your spare tire in the trunk of my car, and that tomorrow we'd have to get it patched up. And, well, the real truth, you want to know the truth?
I can't wait.
I said to myself, this man is doing something really essential for the honor of this nation. So we can shut the door on the divisions and hatreds of the past. And here's the last weekend you're going to be free of worries for who knows how long, right? Because you're going to have to go up and down this country of ours listening to thousands of people. Don't tell me you're looking
That's
for...
certainly true, but I wouldn't go as far
So I
as...
thought the least I could do is drive on down and give you your spare so you won't have to phone for a tow truck or a taxi. I mean, it was a phone after.
You're making me feel as though I have some sort of...
Now, I'm telling you, and this is said straight from the heart. I believe this commission is going to help us close an exceptionally painful chapter in our nation's history. And here's the last weekend. I'm sorry, I'm all jumbled up.
Well, it's certainly true, but we all know that these people form some sort of mafia.
Excuse me? The mafia? Oh, these people, I'm terribly sorry. Please, more kind. I was listening to the radio in my car. I heard your name on the news, Gerardo Escobar. And I said to myself, now this man is doing something really essential for the honor of this nation. So we can shut the door on the divisions and hatreds of the past. And here's the last weekend, you're going to be free of worries for who knows how long, right? And you're going to have to go up and down this country of ours listening to thousands of people. Don't tell me you're looking forward to that. It's incredible what you're doing out there. I'm terribly sorry.
Well, as you said, I am helping out the country, but what the country needs is justice.
Just what I was going to say, these people you're on this investigation for, even if we can't know their names, even if we can't identify the crimes, at least their names can be published.
Those names can be kept secret. The commission is not allowed to reveal or authorize the crimes or...
In this country, everything gets out. Their children, their grandchildren. Is it true that you did this? You did what they're accusing you of? They'll have to lie. They'll say it's slander, a communist conspiracy, some bullshit. But the truth will be written all over them. And their children, their very own children. They'll feel nothing but sorrow for them. Sorrow and disgust. It's not like putting them in jail.
Maybe someday.
Maybe. The citizens of this country get angry enough, hell. We might even be able to revoke the embassy.
You know that's not possible.
After killing the whole lot, I can see your point.
Roberto, I'm going to have to disagree with you. In my opinion, the death penalty has never solved any of the...
We're going to have to disagree, Gerardo. There are some people who simply do not deserve to be alive. But what I was really getting at was, well, you're going to have quite a problem.
More than one. For starters, the Army's going to fight the commission the entire way. They told the president that this investigation is an insult and dangerous. Yes, dangerous for the new government to be opening old wounds. But the president went ahead anyway. Thank God. Thought he would get cold feet. We all know these people are ready to jump on the slightest mistakes we make.
That was exactly my point when you said their names would be known and published. When you look, maybe you're right. Maybe we'll never know who these people were. They form a sort of
mafia.
Mafia. There it is. Thank you. A secret brotherhood. Nobody gives out any names, and they cover each other's backs. The armed forces aren't going to allow their men to testify, and if you call them in, they'll just ignore your summons. Just say fuck you. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's not going to be as easy as I thought. But that's what I was really getting at.
We're limited, but not that limited. It's not that difficult either. The president told me, and this is between us, of course, So as long as our confidentiality is guaranteed. Like you said, in this country, we end up knowing everything. The names will pour out like water.
I wish I could share your optimism. I just think there are some things we'll never know.
As I said, we're limited, but not that limited. At the very least, we can expect some sort of moral sanction. That's the least, as we can't expect justice from the courts.
Well, I hope to God you're right. It's getting late. God, it's already 2 o'clock. I'll be back tomorrow. How does 9 sound?
Why don't you stay unless you got someone waiting for you?
Not so.
Well, if you're alone.
Not alone. My wife and kids have gone out to our mothers of all places. Since I hate to fly. But I've got some patients I got.
Not your beach house, you don't. So why don't you just stay?
Look, it's fine. I came to help, but not to be a bother. I'll be back tomorrow.
I don't hear of it. You're what, half an hour away?
It's 40 minutes by the coach road.
Look, not another word. Paulina will be delighted. You'll see the breakfast she'll make for us.
Breakfast? Shit, I don't even think we have milk at our beach house. The real truth is, I'm incredibly tired.
Well, that settles it. The only real thing I can't offer you is a toothbrush.
Of the 2 things you don't share, my friend, one of them's your toothbrush.
Right.
Well, thank you very much.
Good night.
Thank you.
Paulina, love, a doctor helped me out on the road. He's staying the night. Love, are you listening?
Yes, my love.
Okay, good. He's going to help me get the car in the morning. Tomorrow he can make us a nice breakfast.
Dr. Miranda, isn't it? Dr. Miranda. You wouldn't happen to be related to the Mirandas of San Esteban, would you? I had a friend from the university. Her name was Anna Maria Miranda. She had quite a retentive mind. We used to call her our little encyclopedia. I have no idea what became of her. She probably finished her studies and got a degree and became a doctor just like you. I never got my degree. Let's see if you can guess why. It shouldn't take a far stretch of the imagination for you. Luckily, there was Gerardo, who's well. He wasn't waiting for me. But he still loved me. So at least I never had to go back to the university. Which was good because I had a phobia wouldn't be the right word, more of a certain apprehension for medicine. I wasn't so sure about my chosen profession. But life's never over till it's over, as they say. I read the other day that now that the military aren't in charge anymore, that they've begun to accept people for admittance. So I wondered maybe if I should apply. But I'm really getting off target. I should be making you breakfast. A nice breakfast. What is it that you like? Ham sandwiches with mayonnaise? Well, we don't have any mayonnaise, but we do have ham. Sorry about the mayonnaise. I hope you don't mind that for the moment this must remain a monologue. I don't want to remove this gag, you call it? At least not until Gerardo wakes up. Speaking of which, he should be getting up soon. Did I tell you that I found the man from the garage? He should be here soon. The real truth, Doctor, is you look slightly bored. Took this from your car. I hope you don't mind. I took the liberty. Death in the Maiden? Do you know how long it's been since I've listened to this quartet? Whenever it comes on the radio, I turn it off. And I hope it never plays anywhere we go. But Gerardo says I have all these events that I have to continue on attending, and well, if he gets named Minister of Justice in a few years' time, we'll be running around shaking hands with perfect strangers. But I always hope that they don't play sugar. One night we were dining with them. They were incredibly important people. And the hostess turned on Schubert. A piano sonata. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know whether I should laugh, run, hide, ask her to turn it off. But my body decided for me. I grew incredibly ill right then and there. I had to leave. Gerardo had to take me home. So I left them sitting there, listening to their Schubert, not knowing what had made me ill. So you see, Doctor, I pray that they won't play it anywhere I go. But I promised myself that there would be a day that I would bring him back from the grave, so to speak. And now, sitting here with you, I realize that I was right. Crazy, isn't it? I was about to throw out my entire Schubert collection. Isn't this quartet marvelous, my love? And now, I'll be able to attend concerts like we used to. Did you know that Schubert was a homosexual? But of course you do. You were the one that kept repeating it over and over and over again. Is this the same tape, Doctor? Or do do you buy a new one every year to keep the sound pure?
Paulina!
Good morning, Charlie. Sorry breakfast isn't ready yet.
What is this? In the name of Dr. Miranda, Gerardo.
Don't touch him.
What?
I said, don't touch him.
What the hell is going on here? What kind of
His head.
madness? Put that gun down.
It's him.
It's who?
The doctor.
What doctor?
The doctor that played Schubert.
The doctor that played Schubert.
That doctor.
How do you know?
The voice.
Well, what you said was all through those
I
weeks
was
you were...
blindfolded, yes, but I could still hear.
You're sick.
I'm not sick.
You're sick.
Well then fine, I'm sick. But I can still be sick and recognize a voice. Besides, when one of our faculties fail, the others compensate. Isn't that right, doctor?
A vague memory of someone's voice is not proof of anything. Paulina, it's not incontrovertible.
Do you think I would forget a voice like his? The way he laughs. Certain phrases he uses.
But that's not...
It may be a teensy-weensy thing, but it's enough for me. All those years. Not a day has gone by that I haven't heard his voice in my ear, that voice mixed with saliva. I'll give it to her. Give her a bit more. You sure, doctor? What if the cunt dies on us? She's not even near fainting. Give it to her. Up another notch!
Paulina, I'm asking you to please give me that gun.
No.
When you point it at me, there's no possible dialogue.
On the contrary. As soon as I put down the gun, all dialogue will terminate. And you'll use your strength to win the argument.
Paulina, I want you to know that what you're doing is going to have serious consequences.
Serious, huh? Irreparable.
Yes, it could be irreparable. Dr. Miranda, I have to ask for your
Do not ask forgiveness from this piece of shit.
Untie him, Paulina.
No.
Then I will. Don't shoot! Don't shoot, Polly. Give me that gun. You can't do this.
Quit telling me what I can and can't do. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do this. I did it.
You did this to this man, whose only fault that we can accuse him of in front of a judge. Yes, a judge. However venal, cowardly, corrupt. The only thing you can accuse him of is stopping on the road to help someone who's in trouble, and then bring me home, and then offer to...
I almost forgot. The man from the garage is coming. He'll be here any minute.
What?
When I went to go hide your Good Samaritan's car, I stopped at a payphone and called the man from the garage. He'll be here soon.
Please, Paulina, can we start being reasonable?
You be reasonable! They never did anything to you.
They did things. Of course they did things. We're not competing for some damn horror prize here. Look, even if this man was the doctor of those terrible events, he isn't. But let's just say he is. What's right do you have here to bind him here like this? Look what you're doing. Think of the consequences of...
He's coming. He's coming. Quick, get dressed. Oh, and I took his jacket.
You're stealing his jacket.
That way Mother can keep ours. Be quiet, motherfucker!
Have you thought that I could go to the police?
You wouldn't do that. You believe too much in your powers of persuasion. Besides, you know if you did, I would put the gun in the back of his head, and I would blow his brains out. And then I would put the gun in my mouth and pull the trigger.
Holly, how can you talk this way, be this way?
Tell my husband, Dr. Miranda, what you could have possibly done to me to make me this crazy.
Paulina, I want you to tell me what it is you exactly intend to do.
Not me. You and me. Together. We're gonna put this bastard on trial. Or is your investigating commission gonna do it? when you let me go. I couldn't go to my parents. They had been so pro-military at the time that, well, I would only speak to Mother every once in a while. Strange, isn't it? That I should be saying this to you, as if you were my confessor. When there are things that I've told you that I can't tell Gerardo, my sister, and definitely not my mother. She would die if she knew what I had in my head. Look at us. Like two pensioners sitting on a bench in the sun. Aw, are you hungry? Well, you'll just have to wait until Gerardo gets back. You hungry? You want to eat? I'll give you something to eat, sweet cunt. I'll give you something so big and filling you'll forget that you're hungry. You don't know anything about Gerardo, do you? Your colleagues, of course, they would ask me. They used to say, with that twat little lady, you can bet that somebody's been fucking you. Come on! Tell us who's been fucking you! But I never did. Funny, isn't it? If I did, Gerardo would have never been named to any investigating commission. Instead, he would be a missing person that some lawyer was investigating. And I would be standing in front of the commission telling them how we met. In fact, it was just after the first military coup. I was saving the lives of Gerardo, helping people escape through embassies. I was wild and fearless. I can't believe that I didn't have an ounce of fear in my entire body. But I'm really getting off target. That night when you let me go, I ran to Gerardo's house and knocked on the door, quite similar to how you did last night. And when he finally answered, he looked agitated. His hair was disheveled. How'd it go? Was the thought easy to fix?
Paulina, you are going to listen to me.
Of course I'm going to listen to you. Haven't I always listened
I want you to sit down, and I want you to really listen to me. You know that I've spent a good part of my life defending the law. There was something about them that revolts me in the past regime. Don't interrupt. There's something about them that revolts me. It was that they accused so many men and women, that they forged evidence and ignored evidence, and didn't give the accused any chance of defending themselves. So even if this man committed genocide on a daily basis, he still has the right to defend himself.
I have no intention of denying him that right, Gerardo. You can speak to your client in private. I was waiting for you to return so that we could start this trial in an orderly fashion. You should know, Doctor, that everything you say here will be recorded.
My God, Paulina, shut up. Let him say what he...
I can water.
What?
He wants water, Gerardo. Nothing like some nice, fresh water, huh? Beats drinking your own piss!
Escobar, this is inexcusable. I will never forgive you as long as I live.
Hold on. Stop right there, Doctor. Let's see if this thing's working. Fix it!
Settle down.
I do not know you, Matt. I have never seen you before in my life. But I can tell you this. You were extremely ill. Extremely ill. Almost prototypically schizoid. But you, sir, you, Escobar, you are not ill. You're a lawyer, a defender of human rights. A man who was persecuted by a former military government as I was myself. You are responsible for what you do. And what you must do is untie me immediately. And I must warn you that every second that passes makes you more of an accomplice. You will therefore have to pay the consequences.
Who are you threatening? Threatening? Yes, you were. Let's get this clear, Doctor. Out there, the military may still be in charge, but in here, I'm in command. Is that clear?
I need to go to the bathroom.
Piss or shit.
My God, Paulina. Dr. Miranda, she's never spoken like this in her life.
The doctor's used to this we will it. Could you hurry up? You incompetent imbecile. Don't know how to untie a knot, sweetie? Can you do anything?
Maybe if you weren't threatening with a gun, I'd be able to untie a little faster.
It's always my fault, isn't it, Gerardo? Can't fix your damn spare, can't untie a fucking rope. But no, it's your wife's fault. Fucking ass crazy ass wife. Come on, doctor. Watch it. I don't want you pissing all over my robe. Let's go. Tighten up, Gerardo. You gotta move his hands first, you idiot. What? You don't like being tied up, doctor? You don't like having the right to speak being taken away from you? Even just for a few hours? You want to cry, little baby? Do you remember what they did to me when I cried? You. You had so much fun, didn't you? It's my turn.
Please.
Hurry up, Gerardo!
Going as fast as I can.
Tighter, Gerardo. Don't want this imbecile getting out. No, we don't. Gerardo, come on, tighter!
Paulina, this is intolerable. Need to talk with you.
What's stopping you?
Alone.
The doctor used to have all of his conversations in front of me.
Please, Paulina, don't be so difficult. I'm going to talk to you where we have some privacy.
Stay.
What are you trying to do, woman? What are you trying to do with these insane acts?
I already told you. Put him on trial.
Put him on trial. What does that mean? Put him on trial. We're different. To seek vengeance in this fashion is not...
This is not vengeance. I'm giving him all the guarantees that he never gave me. Not him or his colleagues.
And his colleagues. What are you going to do? Bring them here, tie them up, and then you're going to...
Well, I would have to know their names for that now, wouldn't I?
And then you're going to...
What, kill them? Kill him? Well, seeing as they didn't kill me, I guess it's fair that I shouldn't kill them too.
It's great to know, Paulina. So I'm warning you. If you intend to kill this man, you're going to have to kill me as well. Warning you. If you intend to kill this man, you're going to have to kill me first.
Do you mind calming down? I don't have the slightest intention of killing him. And especially not you. But as usual, you don't believe me.
And then you're going to, what? To him? With him? And what? All because 15 years ago someone...
Someone what? What did they do to me, Gerardo? You've never been able to say it before. Say it now!
You didn't say it. How was I going to?
Come on, Gerardo. Say it. What did they do?
I only know what you told me that first night.
When they what?
They tortured you.
They
Now
tortured
you
me.
say it.
They tortured me. What else did they do to me?
They raped you.
How many times?
More than once.
How many times?
I don't know. You didn't keep count, you said.
That's not true.
What's not true?
that I didn't keep count. I always kept count. And that night, Gerardo, when I came to you, when I started to tell you, what did you say to me? Do you remember? You said, someday, my love, we're going to put those bastards on trial. And your eyes will be able to rove. I thought that line was so poetic. Your eyes will be able to rove over each and every one of their faces as they listen to you tell your story. I promise. We'll do it. We'll put them on trial. Well, Gerardo, who do I go to now?
That was 15 years ago.
Who is going to listen to my accusations against this man now? Your commission?
What commission? Because of this, we might not be investigated at all. I'm going to have to resign.
Always so melodramatic. Your brow furrows up. You're getting wrinkles. And when they see your paper in the news, your picture in the paper, in a few years' time, well, they won't believe that you're the youngest member on the commission.
Are you deaf? Just said I'm going to have to resign.
I don't see why.
You don't see why, but the rest of the country will see why. Especially those that don't want any kind of investigation of the past will see why. A member of the President's Commission who should be showing exemplary signs of moderation and equanimity
We're going to suffocate from so much equity.
and objectivity has allowed an innocent human being to be bound and tormented in his home. Do you know the newspapers that serve the dictatorship? Do you know they use this episode to undermine and perhaps even destroy the commission? Do you want these people back in power? Do you want the times back when they decided on life and death?
No.
That's what you're going to get. Free the man, Paulina. Apologize for the mistake and free him. I've spoken to him. Politically, he seems to be a man who will trust her.
You do fall for every trick in the book, don't you? I promise, as solemn as it can be, that nothing that happens here will cause the commission trouble. Do you think I would want to stop you and the commission from finding out what happened? What happened to the victims, where their bodies are? But the commission only deals with the dead, with those who can't speak. I thought I was dead, but I'm not, and I can speak, so for God's sake, let me have my say. And I promise that nothing that happens in this private trial will be made public.
Even in that case, I'm going to have to resign, and the sooner the better.
You're going to have to resign,
Yes.
even if no one knows?
Yes.
I don't see why.
Among other reasons,
I don't see why you have to resign, Gerardo.
among other reasons, my crazy wife has decided to host a private trial.
What?
The truth still matters to you.
The real truth, huh? Can you hold on a second? Don't like our hospitality? Want to leave so soon, bitch?
Please. I don't know you. I've never seen you. I don't know you.
Shut up, motherfucker. No. You won't like it out there as much as you like it in here. Come on. Tell me you miss me. At least tell me that. Oh. Is it too tight? convince you, beyond all measure of doubt, that this man is guilty, would you still want me to let him go?
Yes. More the reason to set him free. Don't look at me like that. You satisfy your own personal passion, you punish on your own. While people in this country with other scores of problems, those people can go screw themselves.
Nobody's gonna get screwed! Nobody's gonna know!
The only way to be absolutely sure of that is to kill him. In that case, you're going to get screwed, and I'm going to get screwed along with you. Free the man, Paulina, for the good of the country, for our own good.
And me? What I need? Look at me. Look at me!
Yes, look at you. Look at you, love. You're still a prisoner. You stayed behind with them, trapped in that basement. For 15 years, you've done nothing with your life. Not a thing. And just when we have a chance to start all over again, you can open all the old wounds. Isn't it time we...
Forget? You're asking me to forget?
Free yourself from them, Paulina. That's what I'm asking.
And let him go, so that he can just come back in a few years' time?
Let him go so he won't ever come back.
And then we run into him at the Tivoli. And he introduces us to his lovely wife, and we all smile and talk about how nice the weather is and...
No need to smile, but basically yes. To start to live again. Yes.
Gerardo, I suggest that we reach a compromise.
I don't know what you're talking
A
about.
compromise, an agreement, a negotiation. Everything in this country is done on consensus, isn't it? We're allowed to have democracy, but they keep control of the economy and the armed forces. Your commission is allowed to investigate the crimes, but never punish the criminals. We're allowed to say anything we want, as long as we don't say everything we want. So you see, Gerardo, I'm not crazy, emotional, or sick. You want this man free tonight? Would you like to know what I want?
I'd love to know what you want.
When I heard his voice last night when he came through that door. What I had been thinking all those years when you said that I had a look that was abstract, fleeting, right? I was thinking about doing to him, systematically, minute by minute, instrument by instrument, what he did to me. Because the others, they were cool. The doctor was so nice. He played Schubert, he talked about science. He even quoted Nietzsche to me once.
Nietzsche.
I was beside myself. That I would have so much hatred inside. But it was the only way to go to sleep at night. And to continue attending those parties that you say I'm going to have to continue attending. And when I would attend, I would think that maybe one of them might be, maybe not the same man, but some of them could have been. So as to not go completely off my rocker, I would imagine them falling into a bucket of their own shit, or electrocution, or when we would be making love, and I could feel the possibility of an orgasm building. The idea of currents going through my head, and then I had fake it. Fake it so you wouldn't know. Fake it so you wouldn't think it was your failure.
Paulina.
So, thought that he should know what it is to be raped. To have someone fuck him. And as I can't rape, I thought it was something that you would have to carry out.
Don't go on, Paulina.
But I knew that it would be hard for you to collaborate in that scheme. It takes a certain degree of enthusiasm
Stop, Paulina.
So I thought, maybe we could use a broom. Yes, Gerardo, a broomstick. Then I realized that's not what I really wanted. Something that physical. And do you know what conclusion I came to? I want him to confess.
confesses and you let him go.
And let him go.
You need nothing more from him.
Not a thing. Don't you see, Gerardo? With his confession in our hands, he would be able to stay on the commission. And he wouldn't dare then send those thugs after us. Because he would know that if he did, that confession would end up in the papers the next morning.
And you expect me to believe that once he's confessed, you're going to let him go. And you expect him to believe that once he's confessed, you're not going to blow his head off.
I don't see that either one of you have a choice, really. Look, Gerardo. You've got to make this type of scum afraid. Tell him that I hit his car because I'm going to kill him. Tell him that if he doesn't confess, I'll kill him. For his sake, I hope you can convince him.
I have to convince him.
Well, I would say it's a whole lot better than having to fuck him.
Well, Paulina, there's a problem that you might not have thought of. What if he has nothing to confess?
Tell him if he doesn't confess, I'll kill him.
You're not listening. What can he confess if he's not guilty?
I'm in no hurry. I can wait months if I have to.
Paulina, you're not listening. What can he confess if he's innocent?
If he's innocent, then he's really screwed. Go get the bread, Gerardo.
Not hungry, Dr. Miranda?
Roberto. My name is Roberto. Please treat you with the same familiarity. Please.
Rather treat you as you're one of my clients. That'd help me. You should eat something.
I'm not hungry.
Let me.
You'll have to excuse me for saying this. Your wife, she's...
Bread?
No. That woman should be receiving some sort of psychiatric treatment.
To put it brutally, doctor, you are her therapy.
She's going to kill me.
Unless you confess, she'll kill you.
What can I confess, huh? What can I confess?
You may be aware, doctor, that the secret police use doctors as consultants in torture sessions.
The medical associations gradually learned of these proceedings. They looked into them wherever possible.
She is convinced that you are that doctor, and unless you have a way of denying
How
it,
can I deny it? I'd have to change my voice to prove this isn't my voice. It's only my voice which stands me, no other evidence, nothing else.
and your smell. She mentioned your smell.
My smell?
And your skin.
Fantasies of a diseased mind. She could have latched onto any man that came through that door.
Unfortunately, you came through that door, doctor.
Gerardo, please. I'm a quiet man. Anyone can see I'm incapable of violence. Violence of any sort sickens me. I come to my beach house. I walk on the beach. I hunt for pebbles. I listen to music.
Schubert?
Schubert? Yes? There's no reason to feel ashamed. I also like Mozart and Vivaldi and Telemann. I had the stupid idea of bringing Schubert to the beach yesterday. But it was much more stupid to stop for you. I'm in this mess only because I stopped for some lunatic waving his arms next to his broken down car. Look, it's up to you to get me out of here.
I know.
Please. My hands hurt. My My feet hurt. My back hurts. Everything hurts.
Look, Roberto, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's only one way to save your life. I think we have to indulge her.
Indulge her?
Humor her. Placate her. So that she feels that you are willing to cooperate.
I don't see how I can cooperate given my rather peculiar position.
Indulge her. Make her believe.
Make her believe?
She promised me that if you confess, she'd
Got nothing to confess.
Well, you better start inventing something, because the only way she'll pardon you is if...
She's got nothing to pardon me for. I did nothing, and there's nothing for me to confess. Do you understand? Instead of proposing dishonorable solutions to me, you should be out there convincing that mad woman of yours to cease this criminal behavior before she ruins her career or ends up in jail or an insane asylum. Tell her that, huh? Or can't you impose a little order in your own fucking house?
Roberto, I don't know what the fuck...
Gerardo! Is everything all right? All right, my love?
No trouble.
You looked agitated. At least one of you drink your soup. Can't say I'm not a good housewife, though. Although I feel as if I should offer Dr. Miranda's coffee. But as I recall, you don't like coffee, do you, Dr. Miranda? Dr. Miranda, I'm speaking to you. Didn't your mother ever teach you
Leave
that?
my mother out of this. I forbid you to mention my mother.
I'm sorry to say that I agree with you. Why do we always blame the mothers? Why is it always son of a bitch when it's the fathers who teach our
Paulina,
children to?
would you please do me the favor of leaving so I can continue the conversation? Would you please do that one favor?
That favor many more, my love.
Thank you.
Oh, and if he needs to hiss, just snap your fingers and I'll come running.
She's absolutely insane.
When crazy people have power, you have to indulge them. In her case, a confession.
What could a confession do?
I don't know. Maybe it liberates her from her phantoms. I don't know what goes on in people's heads after they... But I think I understand that need of hers. Because it coincides with what we were talking about last night. The whole country's, to put into words, what happened to us.
And you?
What about me?
You? What are you going to do afterward?
After what?
You believe her, don't you?
If I believed her, we're trying so desperately to save
From
her.
the beginning, you've been conspiring with her. She's playing the bad guy, and you're playing the good guy to see if you can get me to confess that
What
way.
do you mean by good?
Playing roles. She's bad, and you're good. And once I confess, you're the one. You're the one that's gonna kill me, not her. It's what any man would do. Any real man. It's what I would do if somebody raped my wife and cut your balls off. So, tell me, you think I'm a fucking doctor, don't you? Where are you going?
I'm going to get a gun and blow your fucking brains out. The first, you son of a bitch, must take your advice and cut your balls off. That's what real men do, don't they? Real men fuck women when they're tied up to cots and blow people's brains out. Not me. I'm a stupid yellow soft faggot, so I'm a thin son of a bitch who raped his wife and destroyed her life. How many times you fucked her? How many times? Gerardo isn't here. It's me. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. That's our philosophy, right?
It's only joking.
But on second thought, why should I dirty my hands with scum like you when there's someone who takes much more pleasure in your pain and your death? Why take that one thing away from her? I'm gonna call her right away, she can blow your fucking brains out herself.
No, please don't go. Please don't call her.
I am tired of being in between the two of you. You reach an agreement with her. You come to an understanding.
I'm scared.
So am I.
Where are you going? What are you going to say to her?
I'm gonna tell her the truth. That you don't want to cooperate.
No, please. I need to know what it is I did. Look, if I was that man, I know every detail, right? But I'm not. I'm not. So I don't know anything, right? I need your help, please. I need you to tell me what happened so I can invent something. Invent something based on what you told
You're
me.
asking me to deceive my wife.
asking you to save the life of an innocent man, Escobar. You do believe I'm innocent, don't you?
You care that much what I believe.
Of course I do. She's not a member of the President's Commission. You are. She's not the voice of civilization. You are.
No, she isn't. She's just... Who gives a fuck what she thinks?
No, where are you going? What are you going to say to her?
That's all you need to piss.
I don't understand why.
I have to know.
Why?
Paulina, I love you. I need to hear it from your lips. It's unfair that after all these years, the person that ends up telling me first is him. It'd be intolerable.
Whereas, if I were the one to tell you, it would be tolerable.
More tolerable than if he tells me first.
I already told you this, Gerardo. Wasn't that enough?
15 years ago, you started telling me, and then...
And then what? Did you expect me to go on with that bitch standing there? That bitch came out of your bedroom half naked, asking you what was taking you so long, and you
She wasn't a
expected me...
bitch.
Did she know where I was? Of course she did. A bitch. Fuck a man whose woman wasn't exactly able to defend herself, huh?
We're not going to start off.
You're the one who started it.
How many times... I spent 2 months trying to find you. She came by. She said she could help. We had a couple drinks. My God, I'm also human.
Why I defended your life? Well, your name never escaped my lips. Ask him. Ask Miranda if I ever even whispered your name.
You forgave me. You already forgave me. We'll die from so much pain, so much past resentment. Let's finish this conversation years ago. Let's close this book and never speak of it again. Never, never again.
Forgive and forget, eh?
Forgive, yes. Forget, no. But forgive so we can start again. There's so much to live for, my love.
And you expected